Alright, so today's power was teleportation. I'm gonna be honest, I had an idea going into this on what I wanted this to look like, kind of, relatively. This was definitely one of those where it's like, eh. And then, so, fun fact about me, I'm a young buck, right? I go to college. And I also really like procrastinating. So I kind of had to get this video done in like an amount of time that maybe wasn't perfectly indicative of giving the most creative effort. Mostly because I have some accounting homework to do. Said accounting homework is going to take a while. I'm gonna be honest, com- coming closer to the end of this, I was very much just kind of out of it. Like you'll notice that like as this goes on, right? Like this first guy, very much kind of like, ooh, this guy's he's cool, he's badass, right? Very fun, very interesting. Also, I've noticed that like a lot of like the sketches look like they're going somewhere really cool, and then they just kind of don't go anywhere. Like a lot of my sketching like looks like I'm going somewhere, and then I just don't go anywhere with it because I got really used to sketching stuff that looked kind of cool, but never like finishing out pieces. So, side note. But yeah, so then I drew this, and again, a lot of this was just kind of get her done kind of work. Um, just because it's like I just can't spend that long on it, right? So a lot of this was kind of like, So, regardless, though, I still think it turned it out. I think it turned out okay. Like, it's definitely not my most favorited thing. I do think like the pose, like that's most foremost, most like the forefront pose, is very cool. But everything else is just kind of meh. Just a whole lot of meh. Regardless, though, regardless. Again, I still think this is neat. This is one of those powers where it's like it's kind of hard to like when it's thing happens and then another thing happens, right? Like it's hard to represent that because the issue is like if you have a comic strip and you want to show somebody teleporting, you have him in one place, an object that is relative to that one place, different place in relevance to that object. If you do that all at once, it's like, well, where are you now, right? So, little bit of a problem, but we're all good. We're all good. I know you're sitting there like, are we all good? Ah, we're all good. All right. But yeah, I think the original black and white was much more creative, just because I wasn't working on the time crunch that I kind of was coming near the end here. So you know. Um, I don't know. The glasses and face here did look a little silly for a majority of the sketching. It just kind of looked I don't know, it just kind of looked just off. Everything about this just felt very off. And I think it was mostly because a lot of the series is me just kind of forcing myself to draw just because, like, I'm not going to get better if I don't draw. And so it's just a nice way of, like, keeping me reminded that, like, hey, you have something to do. Right? Um, and so this was definitely one of those days where it felt like it's like, dude, I gotta make a video today. It's just like, dude, I don't wanna. Which, to be fair, normally my accounting teacher assigns one accounting assignment. This time she assigned two. All right. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever used fucking McGraw Hill as a textbook, but it's fucking ass, and I hate it. So, if anything, the American post-secondary education system is to blame for me having shitty artwork. It's definitely not the fact that I don't feel like studying anatomy and didn't feel like drawing for longer. It's definitely post-secondary education, and honestly, it's more of Ronald Reagan's fault. but but no, so that's that's a bit of a tangent for another day. I mean, I don't know. I guess I got another what 2.5 minutes. I don't know if I can explain my disdain for Ronald Reagan in that time, but yeah, I don't know. Fuck am I saying, dude? Nobody. I look at the watch time on these videos. People don't make it past 20 seconds. I could say the N word like 82 times right now. Nobody would fucking listen. It's the best part about being a small YouTuber. I still need it. Maybe that's it. I just start like hiding slurs in these videos and like the later portions, so that like then when I'm famous, like that'll be like how I get famous, Because I have to have some controversy. Ah, but yeah, no, it's Scheming is what I'm doing. I did kind of realize, at least looking back on this, I did forget to shade in the hair. So, oopsie. But we'll survive. Also, one thing that does in terms of just more general design. So the guy here is like the main character, right, of the story I'm writing, and this is like his superheroing outfit. And you know what pisses me off, right? The idea that like somebody like Spider-Man or whoever could just come up with the fucking cash to make a superhero costume. I can believe Superman because like his parents, like his mom made the suit and it's like okay, it's homemade, whatever. Not believe half of these motherfuckers have cash like that. All right, like the whole point is like, well, they were poor from the streets, so they did this. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, and they just know how to fucking sew for some reason. Like that's weird, right? Like I understand that maybe Peter Parker could be able to sew, but the idea that like he isn't just like he just somehow can make a costume out of fucking nothing and like a very high quality costume, and they always show it happens in like a fucking week, and it's like that shit's hard. All right, you have to worry. You have to try out different fabrics. You have to go and you have to learn how to stitch all these things together, and then you have to. It's a whole process, and it's like literally fucking how do you have the money or the time for that, Peter? This is some bullshit. But that was more just a rant to get us to this final bit. Um, yeah. So again, I'm sorry that this was kind of a low effort post today. That is obviously my fault, but I will try to swing back. We were kind of running out of the big fun powers, so this was this is kind of the problem. I got to be a little more creative, but I'll make sure to do that in the next video. And I will see y'all in said next video. Bye.